Greetings and salutations, all. This is fresh off the presses, boy, that's for sure. This is Steel Flyers here with Hockey Writers Inc., and we got a special treat for you. We're going to release an interview that we did with a great player that Lance and I both feel is somebody that the Flyers should definitely be paying attention to. A couple weeks ago, James Hardie was able to join the show. We were not able to get any video of him, we were only able to get audio. So I'm just kind of coming on here to introduce the fact that you're going to get to hear a great interview with James Hardie between Lance and Steel Flyers. But you're just going to get to see a picture of him, and you're going to get to hear him. But a good player, somebody that Lance and I both feel is somebody that should be turning heads, at least in the coming season for sure. And a great interview, a great player. Thanks, James, for joining us. Thanks for doing this. We really appreciate that, man. And enjoy James Hardie with the Hockey Writers Inc.
So now, with a player like yourself who scored 34 goals, two le- uh, two less than Tyson Forster's 36, the player we drafted first round. Uh, when you guys played in the same league is totally beyond me. But how do you plan to use this to show NHL GMs their slate and judgment to fuel you for next season?
Yeah, so after the draft, obviously I was very disappointed in the outcome of what happened. But, for me, it's just something I'm going to use more to motivate myself to push and prove that I have more. I mean, for me, I think 34 is just a start for me. I got 3 more years left in the OHL maximum, so I think 34 is just a start. I mean, in my capability, I think I can get at least 40, maybe 45. Like, I think I got a lot more in me. And me not getting drafted, I mean, obviously it sucked and it hurt a bit. But now for me, that's just something that's going to motivate me to push harder and show that I have more. And I'm just getting started with my career now.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, man, for sure. That's awesome too, and that's a great attitude to have. You know what I mean? So, that awesome. So, based off of the last few months, since this whole shutdown and everything of the Steelhead season and all, so what have you been doing the last couple months?
Yeah, so last couple months, my gym was closed at the beginning, so I was just trying to chilling at home, doing my own thing in the garage, and now my gym's open, so I'm working out 5 days a week, skating 2 3 times a week. Everything here is still perfectly fine, so I did that, and then I was golfing almost every day. I mean, I think I probably here, so there's a lot to do around here. So I was golfing a lot, and just training, and then I'm just trying to push myself to know like I got to be ready for whenever the season's going to start because we have no idea. I mean, now we have a date of February 4th, but for me, we didn't really know a sure date. So for me, I just got to keep grinding
Right,
until it's
right.
actually the time when it's going to happen.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. So you've been able to I mean, even though you'd had some time off there, that you've been able to continue to work out and everything, and now your gym is open. You've been able to skate and everything, man. That's great, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So with the OHL now reopening as you just mentioned, without any further setbacks, it looks like January 23rd is when you guys are going to be back in training camp for say, playing in what looks to be about a 40 game season. So as it stands now, you know, how well do you think you're going to be able to jump back in, given what you just mentioned, all your off season activities here, and really get ramped up and ready to go to prove these NHL clubs wrong, and why they and show them why you should have been drafted.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be for sure ready. I mean, I've had a lot of time to train throughout this off season, and even after the draft, I've had a lot of time since then just to have more motivation in myself and to push harder towards my goals. And for me here, I've been playing. We're training every day, and then we're doing a competitive 3-on-3 thing here. We got a bunch of guys that are playing the AHL and guys are in the NHL, and so we're playing a competitive like it's almost every other day. We're doing a 3-on-3 game, which is a high tempo, like it's almost like game like, and I think I'm already in good shape and I'm in good form for the season to start. And I think once that season gets going and then those 40 games start, I got 40 games right there where I got to prove. And I don't have 68 anymore. I got 40, and I got to start right from the beginning. And I know last year I had a month where I didn't do as well, and I think this year I really can't afford that. So I need to be ready to go right from the start of the season till the end of the season, and I just got to prove that I got to show more skill, and hopefully I'll be picked next year.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, all right, the elephant in the room. What do no hitting here in the OHL. And what are your thoughts on this? I mean, you play a big game, and as you get older, you're only going to get taller and heavier, hopefully, And do you like this idea about no hitting? What are your thoughts about this?
I don't like it at all. I think it's gonna hurt down the road, and we grew up since Pee Wee, growing up with hitting, and it's a part of the game. I think for me, if the NHL is going to play, they're going to have hitting. So when we're going to NHL camps, we're going to be going from no hitting straight to hitting, and it's going to be a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
Guys in junior, you think without hitting, you can kind of just do whatever you want, and now with hitting, it's like you got to be cautious of getting your head taken off. So it's a big difference, and I think guys are going to take it for granted if there's no hitting and thinking you can do whatever you want and trying to go end to end every time, and you don't have to worry about getting touched by anybody. So I think it's really going to hurt in the end, and especially with guys going to NHL camps and getting ready to play against men, it's going to be a big difference. And then, even for NHL teams coming to watch, you're not going to be able to see how guys adapt to hitting. They're not going to be able to see how guys are ready to play without hitting.
Yeah, man. I think you're preaching to the choir here on that one there, James. I think so. What do you think,
you
Lance?
definitely hit the nail on the head of my observations as well. Right on there. But so with that, I heard a rumor that you had a previous relationship and Tyson Forrester firsthand. Is that true?
Yeah. So me and Tyson we go back a long time. I mean, we played Barrie minor hockey together probably since we were 9 years old, 8 and 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
We played for a while together. We were always good together. We always played in the same line. We actually had the same birthday, so we celebrate our birthday every year together. We've been really close for a long time, and I was very happy for him to see where he goes. I mean, we started going our different paths since the OHL, and then he was a lot of doubter going into his OHL draft. I mean, for him to slip all the way to the third round was big. It was big for Barrie to get him that late. I think, it's a big shock, and I don't think there's anyone that deserves it more than him to go that high. And I think he's a great player. And I think even when he goes to World Junior Camp, I mean, a lot of people don't have him on their list to make the team. But I think he's a player that's going to turn some heads, and he's gonna make a big impact when he goes to World Juniors.
Wow. Yeah, man. For sure. Look, we've been watching, and we've seen some of these guys too, and have some of the same observations. I mean, you're definitely rocking the same boat here with me and Lance. We're definitely we're definitely pitching on the same field here. That's for sure. So, James, would you be able to tell me what do you feel like you bring to the table? I mean, what are teams going to get when James Hardie straps it up?
I think I'm a big offensive threat guy. I mean, I think my shot's definitely my biggest strength in my game. I think I'm able to score from angles that most guys can't, and I'm able to find like areas where the little quiet areas where most guys won't be able to see. And when I'm playing with Cole Schwint on my team, he's able to find me. If I find an open area, he'll give me the puck. And I think you give me the puck and you give me a time to shoot the puck, it's more likely to go in the net than anything else. So I think my offensive ability is definitely my biggest asset to my game. And I think when it comes down to it, I can be a hard play against too. I can be hard on the puck, and I think something for me to work on for myself was just something like making sure I don't have my guy in my D zone kind of thing, just making sure they're not getting away from me. And sometimes I just need to be a little more physical, I think, but it's not really part of my game, where my game is kind of get the puck and go. But the game's kind of changing a little bit, where it's more like skill and fast and furious kind of thing. So I think if I play a little bit more aggressive, it's going to help me down the road. So I think that's going to be something that's going to have to change too.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome.
Right. So, given everything we've been talking about, if an NHL club were to come knocking, such as maybe the Philadelphia Flyers or any other club for that matter, and were to offer you an undrafted free agent contract or at least a camp invite, at this point, would you be inclined to take him up on it, or would you rather just really get a chance to play this next season and go out there and prove your worth that much more?
If I was offered a camp invite, I definitely go, just kind of get the experience under my belt. And if I go to a camp, they don't really, it doesn't actually seem like they're going to sign me. So I think if I go to camp, I can prove to that team how hard I'm willing to work and how much I'm willing to give to get to that next level. I think it's going to help me, and it's going to help my confidence in my game a lot. So I think me going to camp will help me a lot, and it's going to help that team that's already seen me at camp. It's going to help me for their draft year coming up when they're watching me play in the OHL next year. It's going to help them see that they've seen me perform at camp, and that they're going to see me perform in the OHL again.
Yeah, man. Can't argue that kind of logic for sure. So, James, listen, I have another one here for you. What do you think some of the areas you might need to improve on?
Yeah, I think I just need to be harder on pucks. I've heard that a few times, and I've also heard that I need to get better at playing away from the puck. And I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that. I think for me, I'm more of a guy that just wanted to get the puck and go. And now I think the game I need to work on is making sure I can know what I'm doing when I don't have the puck, and how I'm going to be able to get the puck back for my team and make sure my team succeed. Another thing is making sure I'm aware of what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Awesome.
You're saying all the right things, James, for sure. I just want to hit you with a couple rapid fire questions real quick. Just the first name that comes to your head. Who's the best player you ever had a chance to play with in your career?
Play with probably Drysdale. When we played U17s together, he was probably one of the best players I've played with.
Okay. Who's the best player you ever had to face, go up against in the OHL or, in juniors growing up?
There's a few guys. I'd say Nick Robertson on Peterborough was definitely a very tough guy to play against. But also Alec Regula on London. He was tough defense, big guy. He was hard to play against. But you also got guys like, bigger guys like Tyler Tucker, who played on Barrie and got traded to Flint. He's a presence that you're almost afraid of when you're going down the wall, and he's a big body, and he can take your head off. He can make a play around. He's a big dude, and he's a good player. So I think one of those guys for sure.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. I don't have any rapid fire questions, but so what do you do from here? Like, what do you do right now? Like, what's next for you right now? Like tomorrow. What are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm actually in the morning. I'm playing my last round of the year with my dad. We're gonna go golfing around 8 o'clock in the morning and play our last round together.
Okay.
And then right after that, I'm going to the gym probably around 12ish. And then I'm gonna skate at 1 o'clock right after I'm done in the gym. And then after I'm done my skate, I might go upstairs again to the gym and just go for a little bike ride. But my gym and the rink where I train at are the same place, so it's very simple for me. I go to the gym in the morning, skate in the afternoon. It's great. It's all right in the same area.
Oh
So
wow. So
that's more
you have rink facilities right nearby that you can lace them up and go skate and everything. That's awesome.
about 15-minute drive, and the gym's upstairs and the rink's downstairs. So it's a great setup.
Yeah, boy, if we could have that for more people, I think that would make things a little bit, a little bit nicer and everything like that. So you're planning on going back to the Steelheads, and we would. I'll tell you what, I would love to see the Flyers give you offer you an invite to camp. Everything that I've seen from you, James, has been exactly what you've mentioned. You have a great shot. You have good tenacity. You have the ability to make the plays at the odd angles, and watching you do that has been a real pleasure. And I have to say that I'm with Lance on this too. And I feel that any team that picks you up would definitely be in the plus range, and would definitely be something that would be good for the team moving forward. So yeah, I can't say enough about that, man. I really like your game, and I can't even say how much of a joy it is for having you on the show, man. Thank you very much for being here.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks, James. Why don't you let everybody know maybe your Twitter handle or whatever like that, where they can follow you along and see your efforts and all that.
Yeah, my Twitter it's not James, it's James, so it's Jame Hardie 14. That's my Twitter handle.
Cool
Awesome.
beans, man, for sure. We'll be for sure to getting you getting you all in touch with that for sure, man. Thank you very much for being here with us, man. Like I said, it's been an honor and a privilege. We would love to see you invited to camp. We would like it to be the Flyers, but honestly, we wouldn't care if it would be any team for real. So we're rooting for you, bro.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right,
You
man.
got it,
Take
man,
care.
for sure.
Thanks for coming on.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, James, very much.
Have a good one, guys. See ya.
Yep.